Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Nieto and I use the pronouns she, her, and hers. I would identify my community using three words, and those three words that I chose are queer, Hispanic, and activists. I'm interested in social work because, as cliche as it may sound, and I know we've all probably heard it 1,000 times before, but I want to be a voice for the voiceless. I was interested in being a teacher actually for most of my life until I took an AP psychology course in high school. I became really close with that professor. I ended up going on an exchange trip that was hosted by that professor and just really fell in love with the entire world of psychology. Um, After I graduated high school, I got a job as a behavioral health technician at an inpatient facility out in Tucson, and I really enjoyed the crisis intervention aspect of that role. And I spent about 3 years there while I worked towards my bachelor's. Once I got my bachelor's degree, I went over to the inpatient or outpatient side of that same hospital, excuse me, and I did more of a case management role as the outpatient coordinator. And I thoroughly enjoyed the experience that I had there as the outpatient coordinator. Um, I felt like I gained a lot of experience in that position, and I felt that it was where I truly realized that I would like to work with adolescents in my future practice. I became really close with a lot of the adolescent therapists there and got to shadow a few of their groups. And I found it really meaningful to meet kiddos on the inpatient side of things as the outpatient coordinator, get them and their family services on the outpatient side and watch their growth as they continue treatment and eventually graduated from our program. For my field placement, I am going to be at a skilled nursing facility, and I'm really looking forward to getting that experience and expanding my knowledge in that area as well. One of the macro social work roles that interested me the most from this week's article, Going Macro, Exploring the Careers of Macro Practitioners, was a director role. I worked in the outpatient setting, like I said, and I gained an abundance of insight working closely with that outpatient director. And I could definitely see myself in a similar role in the future. I also wasn't aware of what a director of social responsibility completely entailed, what the role entailed, and I was really intrigued by the idea of ensuring companies are acting ethically. Some of the examples I read for this role when doing some further research was ensuring that there's adequate paid time leave for new parents or donating funds from a company to sustainability resources. Another role I would be interested in is a marketing manager, partly because my mom is also an LMSW, and for a portion of her career, she worked in marketing, and I really enjoyed watching her in that role and seeing what her role entailed. I always found it to be just really fascinating. And I also worked pretty closely with the marketing team in my outpatient coordinator role, just working with like what groups had availability and we needed to place ads out for and those sort of things. And I could definitely see myself succeeding in a position such as a marketing manager. Overall, it was definitely just a relief to read that article and know that I can successfully pursue a macro practice career if I should choose to do so in the future. In this course, I am excited to learn about how to best initiate change as a social worker. More specifically, I'm interested in the dynamics of power and discrimination and how we might be able to analyze these dynamics to best advocate for marginalized populations. After reviewing the syllabus, I am really looking forward to the community empowerment reflection paper, where I could possibly see firsthand how the use of power impacts policy decisions. I'm excited for the semester ahead, and I wish everyone the best with their studies. Thanks.